You're listening to CreepGeeks Podcast. So it begins again. Welcome to CreepGeeks Podcast. This is Season 9, Episode 349.
Brown Mountain Lights Bigfoot, Orcas, Ghost Boat, Drone Break, and Stonehenge Cat.
Yeah. That was my bad. I had you all muted. Mm-hmm. So that way we can keep the noise to a minimum.
Okay.
Yeah. It happens. It's the holidays. And if you celebrate the holiday, I was going to say congratulations. I don't know what to say. Happy holidays. If you don't celebrate the holidays, happy holidays.
Happy Honda Days. And
happy Honda Days. Next is Toyotathon.
Chrysler Limited event.
Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of those things going around.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're glad you're here. If it's your very first time tuning in to the podcast, I'm Greg.
I'm Omi.
And this is CreepGeeks Podcast.
Yep.
If you come and listen all the time, then you know what's up. Really great. I need something to listen to while I'm doing something.
Yeah.
I was going to say, well, I need to listen to the podcast whilst I'm pooping.
Or wrapping presents.
Yeah. That's code for pooping. Where are you going? I'm going to go wrap some presents.
Drowning out the relatives in the back of the car while you're driving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's that time of year.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's all good. Glad you're here. Anyway, got a lot of stuff to talk about for the podcast. Begins or ends, however you want to look at it, depending on where you catch it. So anyway, this episode is brought to you by us and Barley's Bites. Mm-hmm. And Barley's Bites is dedicated to providing top quality homemade dog treats for every doggo to enjoy. That's true. And the treats are made from fresh, healthy ingredients without any harmful chemicals. It's very nice because our regular food can't say that.
Yep.
And that ensures your pet receives the best nutrition possible. And that's true.
Yes.
And I would like to say that thank you very much. We got a little box in the mail. Wasn't expecting it. I thought it was something like Mucklux or something. It was not. So, it was addressed to Jack, so I had to wait for Jack to get home to open them, and he's not a very good opener.
Yes.
Present opener.
He doesn't have a box cutter.
No, he just kept smelling at it. And it's like, open it, man. And he's like, I can't do that. I can't do that. I'll get in trouble if I do that.
Yes.
Because you can't send dogs mixed signals. If you let them slide, then they're like, oh, all right, so I can keep chewing up stuff.
Every box I can open, yeah.
Yeah.
So
go ahead and open this box. Mm-hmm. So that's what they do.
Yeah.
He enjoyed it, and it's good stuff, so you should check him out. There is a link on our website. It's creepgeeks.com. You can click on. In our show notes, we have links to everything, and the link is there as well.
Yep.
Good people make this.
Yes.
So, and we know them, so we trust them.
Yeah.
Because if it's just some random stranger saying, hey, would you like some dog treats? And I'm like, get away from me, man.
I'd slap their hands, slap
like,
it
I don't know,
to the ground.
we already have enough. Like, it's made from only the finest quality recalled shrimp. Know what I mean?
Radioactive recalled shrimp.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, more radioactive shrimp.
Like, man, this shrimp is spicy.
I don't even think we
sure
added
do wish
that.
I had some selenium right now. But the website's easy to get to if you go to BARLEY'SBites.com, and Barley is spelled BARLEYS, and then Bites is BITES, BARLEY'SBites.com. And they got some coupon codes, so you can use the code TREATOS, like treat and then OS, and you get an extra 10% off online orders. So that's good. Someone have to make a little order.
Our friend Marley made an order, and she's very happy. All her dogs love them. Yeah.
Good for Marley. Does she listen to the show?
Sometimes.
Are you just saying that? You should corner her.
No.
Are you listening to the show, Marley?
So, man, now you got me on the shrimp. Ugh.
What?
You got me on the shrimp.
What does that mean?
83,800 bags, additional bags
Of shrimps?
have been recalled.
As just being radioactive.
Yeah.
Where did they catch these shrimps from?
Raw frozen shrimp products processed by Indonesian company PT Bahari.
Oh, they're out there next to the Bikini Atoll where Godzilla was created.
Getting
the shrimps.
Doing business as BMS Foods. Have tested positive for cesium-137.
That's cesium.
Cesium. CS-137.
Oh, nice. A little flavor. Mm-hmm. So there you go. Just watch out for that.
Yeah. Again.
Yes.
That's awful. Yeah. You won't find that in Barley's Bites at all.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, right now people are like, I'm not getting that. Yeah. We were talking about it. Because last podcast episode, we actually talked about some food recall type stuff. And we've also kind of joked around with this podcast is made with only the finest quality genetically modified ingredients, right? Seems like everything these days is not what it appears to be. We also talk about like fake chicken and 3D printed chicken, all sorts of stuff. So, yeah. Okay, so with the podcast, we have a toll-free number you can call and leave a message if you'd like, and that has been exercised, and we will play that in just a second. If you'd be so kind as to give them that number so they can write it down with a golf, we call them little golf scorecard pencils, little tiny pencils.
Putt.
Yeah.
Putt pencil.
That's the equalizer.
Yeah.
Do you play golf or putt-putt? Well, I play putt-putt. Why would you do that? That's not real golf. We use the same pencil, bro. That's all that matters is the scores.
That phone number is going to be 575-208-4025.
Yes. So this is kind of unfair to John, but we're going to play it anyway. Because he asks a question and then answers his own question. All in the span of like 2 minutes, and I was like, well, what do I do? Do I even need to do anything? Or I'll look into this and forgot all about it, to be honest with you, because that happens sometimes. Okay. So, but yeah, so let's go ahead and play it right quick.
Greg and Omi, what's up? It's John over in Mount Pisgah. How you guys doing? Listening to the new show, noticed the ads. I wanted to see if you guys are going to provide the Patreon patrons a way to listen to the show ad-free. That would be wonderful, and look forward to it. I don't know what you guys did on MU yet. I'm just listening, but I'm also interested to hear what's going on with the paranormal news in our area. Since you guys are what we got left now, we don't have MU. All right, we'll talk to you later.
So he asked a question if he could get the podcast. Because, okay, in our last episode, I'd realized that we have ads playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you part of the show, or what are you doing over there?
No,
Are you Christmas shopping?
No, I'm actually looking at our contact us form.
Oh. Yeah. So yeah, he asked the question, and I had to go and check because I'm like, I enabled that a long time ago, and honestly, I haven't checked it in a long time. I'm like, oh man, is that not working?
Yeah.
And then in the span of seconds, we got this.
Greg and Omi, this is John again. Never mind, I'm a dumbass. I just found the RSS link on the Patreon page. You two have a wonderful evening. Looking forward to the show. Thanks.
So John is not a dumbass. It's a very valid question, and that is a question that I'm glad he answered.
Yeah.
Was able to find it because, So anyway, do appreciate John calling in. And yeah, call in, man. Now, I will say, if you call in and you don't want to be on the show, you should probably tell us ahead of time. Because we're going to put that in there. But no, that's a good question John had because I haven't checked it in so long because I get a little thing that basically, when a podcast goes out and I send it out,
yeah.
But you never know unless there's a problem, right? Because it's kind of hard to figure out who's doing what. So,
and if you do want to reach out to us and not use the phone number, you can use the Contact Us form on our website at CreepGeeks.com. Just checked for any new messages, and the only thing we have are one influencer and someone telling us that we should fill out our professional business profile on Wikipedia.
I'm sure they'll help us for a small fee.
Exactly.
A nominal pittance, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I typically ignore this. So.
Yeah, we're just going to...
I do like to respond to them when they send me text messages. I just go, no.
I have the new one now where they call and they pretend that they're Google Business and Google AdWords.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
ask us questions that, is the geyser functioning in Old Fort?
Well, the funny thing is they say if you don't, you need to utilize this so that people can get out there and they can find you and all that. So, well, how did you find me? You found me because I filled all of that stuff out a long time ago. Because you have to. You already have it.
Yeah.
So it's already in place. So how did you come across the podcast? Out of millions of podcasts out there, you came across mine and determined I needed help with Google.
Yeah.
I probably do, but you found it through Google. So it must be working. But anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, it's like, look, man, just leave me alone. I need important messages.
Yes.
Very important papers.
Okay.
So, aside from being super busy with all your art stuff and everything, we've just been pretty much maintaining the status quo here.
Yes.
And being cold for like a week straight.
Yeah.
But over the past, 4 years of talking on the podcast, we kept getting, email alerts about just random shoes and stuff floating up in like Washington, right?
Yeah.
Say, coming down from Canada and all that. And we actually have a listener out there in Canada, and he was explaining some things. And it's like, because we were thinking it's got to be a serial killer, right?
Yeah.
And we actually watched a documentary on it, and they were like, it's not a serial killer, but it could be a serial killer.
Yeah.
So it popped up again where there's like this random shoe, right? Another shoe washed up in Washington.
Oh,
But what makes this shoe different, and the reason why we're putting it back in the podcast, talk about it again, is because this shoe was worn by a bear.
What?
Yep. Now we have links and everything, right? So when you go to the show notes, you can click on the link and you can see the article we're looking at. But they have a little picture of this, sad-looking black bear.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's just looking. But in a scene straight out of the Pacific Northwest's weirdest reoccurring event, a lone white Puma sneaker washed ashore in near Port Williams Beach, which is where a lot of these shoes show up.
Yeah.
In Seacom, Washington. And as this happens so disturbingly often, it looked like it contained a human foot.
Oh.
Because that's what the deal is, these shoes. It's not just random shoes. There's shoes with like feet in them.
Yeah.
If they're just a random shoe, you see it on the side of the road.
Yeah.
That's not a big deal. You're like, well, it's a shoe.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to get in trouble, right? Because now they got one missing. But when you find it with a foot inside it, that's different, man.
Yeah, that is very different.
And of course, some people say, well, maybe a fisherman fell off the side of whatever, or hunter or whatever. Us, we go straight towards, that's definitely serial killer.
Yeah, or like a leg got caught in a fishing line, or those ropes on fishing boats.
Not to me. Somebody hacks all that foot off and threw it in there, right? A trash bag full of stuff. Because, it doesn't help.
Yeah.
You got shows like Dexter. Dexter's got like 8 or 9 different series of him chopping people up and doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
or I'm listening to this series of podcasts that focuses on just how much of a concentration of serial killers were in the Pacific Northwest.
I'm sure there's a lot.
The late 60s all the way up into the late 90s.
Yeah. It used to be ads in, it wasn't Craigslist back then. It was something like,
Yeah.
where you could just, hey, serial killer, you looking for land? You need a disc, free government gifts,
Yeah.
So 2 days after reporting that a shoe was found it was found on Port Williams Beach. They looked at it, and this is the Callum County Sheriff's Office, and they report that the remains inside the shoe belong to a bear.
Okay.
So the Sheriff's Office stated, this is December 11th, right, in a press release. They'd sent the remains off to the King County Medical Examiner's Office, and they looked at it and did the bone and tissue removal inside the shoe. Bear origin, not human biological matter, is what they said was in there, right?
That's really weird.
It is unknown how bear bone and tissue came to be located inside the shoe that washed ashore.
Yeah.
And this is Chief Criminal Deputy Amy Bundy, that she wrote in a press release. You think they were in the office and they just fought over who was going to release that? Because that's just weird, right? Think about having a job. You look for the weird stuff to remember, right?
Yeah.
They're like, no, it's my turn. I did it, you did it last time. So they don't know how it got there, and no additional related items were located in the area. So they had nothing else but that shoe with barefoot.
Why a bear was
Maybe the serial killer is just tired of not getting any kind of, it's a serial killer. It's not a serial killer. It's like, man, I've let like 21 feet go. And nobody's saying anything.
Oh, gosh.
I need more attention. I was like, hey, bear. And so dude went out there and got him a bear and stuffed the foot in. Now I'll get some attention.
No, you ended up on Boing Boing. Not even
you made it to Boing Boing. So
that's so bad. And it's like,
but the links are nice.
Yeah.
Yet another disembodied foot found, right? And then more on found feet.
I still have the question, though. Why was a bear wearing Pumas, And that's... Was this
Do you think the bear
bear
was fishing and then accidentally stepped in the shoe, got hung up in the line, and it ripped his foot off? Because that's the kind of crap they were saying that when they found feet. Oh, well, this could have happened. Instead of saying, there's a serial killer. I still think there's either a serial killer or serial killers, unless there's some weird spot where a bunch of fishermen and hunters just fall off the same place and it just drags them down. I still think it's too many, too many instances, but what do I know?
I was watching this drama series that basically alluded to the fact that at least on the East Coast, that there was like this smuggling ring, and they were smuggling people from South America and Mexico up into Canada. And if you couldn't pay your way, you would donate an organ. And that was one of the big plot lines in this drama series I was watching. And I just was like, what if that's what's happening? That is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my takeaway is you need to stop watching these shows before I get up, because obviously we get up at different times because I don't go to bed till like 6.
Yeah.
And then on the weekends and stuff, I get up. You've been up for like 4 hours, just constantly consuming death, destruction, intrigue, this stuff. And you're like, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, hey, man.
That's the article I forgot to share with you.
See, look at that.
So there's a deep dive on why
women love serial killer stuff?
Close. Why everybody in the late 90s all the way into the mid 2010s who had like insomnia or sleeping problems, all of them would fall asleep to Forensic Files. And the deep dive was like analyzing the dude's voice, the narrator for the show.
Yeah.
And how
Robert Stack?
No, Forensic Files was somebody else.
Oh, yeah, Forensic Files. I'm thinking of Unexplained or Unsolved Mysteries.
But Forensic Files, the reason you could fall asleep so easily to that one and American Justice with Bill Curtis was because of the way the guy spoke. There's this certain thing, Bill Camp.
Oh.
Yeah. He wouldn't... what do you call it? Like lilt his voice at the end of sentences, or he wouldn't overemphasize dramatic points. He would just say it in just like a steady thing. They actually analyzed his voice, and was like, "This is the perfect thing to sleep to if you can get past the murder guts, death." So yeah, and now there's somebody who's trying to bring Forensic Files back, like, so that people can fall asleep again.
Well, if they do bring it back, they should have the guy on How It's Made do it. Show it's been on like 50 years or whatever, How It's Made.
Yeah.
Have him narrate it. That same sort of voice. Yeah. And a killer walked inside the room. In the room, blah, 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 blah. And you'd be like, man, had nightmares, but I feel like I know something. Isn't that? I think you should be more into the podcast.
I am.
Because there's a North Atlantic warning that we have to pay attention to.
Oh, really?
Yes, orcas are now targeting commercial vessels in what experts are calling a coordinated assault. So we've talked about these whales that have been attacking boats and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Well, evidently, like a lot of animals, they pass on information they've learned and skills and traits and things like that. And orcas are very smart. They have a big brain. So do whales and other stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So they've learned some things in the family dynamic on how to do things, new skills and stuff like that. So they've sort of passed on the knowledge of like knocking boats around.
Okay.
And I do think that COVID is part of it. There wasn't a whole lot of humans going on. So they don't know their place.
Okay.
Right. They're emboldened.
Emboldened.
Yes, to go out there and do stuff. So, and this is, I mean, it's a story we've talked about like 3 or 4 times. It's relatively boring, so I'll kind of tell you why I put it in here. They're training each other, right, to not only go out and do assaults or whatever, right, attacking these commercial vessels. Mm-hmm. It's how they're doing it.
Okay.
That shows the intelligence that makes me slightly more concerned than the last 5 times we've mentioned this.
Yeah.
Instead of just, smashing into the side of the boat, being an animal, like, and just like, running into it, they're attacking the rudder.
Yeah.
So the rudder, if they can take that out, job's done. They don't have to get hurt. But of course the rudder and the propeller are really close by. But if this thing is sitting there and it's doing its thing, this commercial vessel, whatever, and it doesn't have the propeller going or whatever, they can get to it. They can attack the rudder, damage the rudder, and that vessel is just useless after that.
Okay.
So they're just taking the threat and mitigating it without putting themselves in too much danger and not destroying things. So it's kind of like a coordinated, it's a more of a surgical strike than just running into stuff and being all loud about it.
But see, orcas have been observed doing something similar with living targets. So like with certain types of whales, from pretty much the hip bone down to the tail is one of the strongest parts. So if they have 2 or 3 coordinate and attack that, then the other orcas can attack the front, which is much more vulnerable. And the same thing could be said when you have like a pod of orcas attacking certain species of sharks.
Yes,
so
but
maybe
this is a boat.
Yeah, maybe they're just...
How did they learn that the rudder is what they really got to watch out for?
I mean, the same way they learned that if you attack the back of the shark, you're going to have a better time than if you attack the front.
I don't know.
I mean, it's just a quicker learning turnaround.
And here's the problem. Mm-hmm. You're dumbing them down.
Yeah.
And that's when they're going to get you.
I'm not.
So you're like, oh, they're not that smart. And then like, what's going to happen?
I'm recognizing.
Booyah, there it is. And you're like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. And we're like, that's what you get.
As a human, I am assuming that they're applying similar strategies and hoping for similar outcomes. Now, could I be dumb? Could they just be like, and over here's the rudder, and over here's the front bow of the boat? Sure, probably, But I think they're applying similar tactics across multiple combatants, I guess.
I don't know. It's a pretty smart way to disable the boat.
Yeah, it is. So, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's great.
So marine researchers tracking pods in the North Atlantic says groups of orcas have begun approaching larger commercial vessels, including trawlers and coastal cargo ships. These aren't like little rib boats, rigid hulled inflatable boat, like little tourist boats out there. These are like serious vessels in compared to an orca. I mean, you can run a whale over in one of these things and not even know it. It'd be like you running out there and disabling a school bus as it's going down the road.
Yeah.
I don't know. See?
Yeah.
I think we need to start giving them credit. Instead of being like, oh, they're just animals being animals. I think there's something going on here, right?
Yeah.
Witness accounts and damage inspections point to targeted hits on rudders rather than random collisions with hulls. So they all got together and said, hey, man, it ain't working just running into this thing. And this vessel is entirely too big for us to have any meaningful impact on it at all as far as what they're trying to accomplish, right? So they're going straight to the rudder. And a big, giant cargo ship's rudder doesn't look like your standard fluke or anything on a whale because, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So they probably sent out reconnaissance teams to inspect it and check it out. So you had one swimming back there watching everything going, oh, wait a minute, guys. I got something. So he goes back and goes, hey, guys. Now they're attacking the rudder. And on a cargo ship, a rudder's pretty serious business. I mean, it's got a lot of hydraulic pressure behind making that thing turn. So that's pretty serious, man.
It is.
And I think they're just tired of our shit. As humans, they got used to having like a year or whatever of quarantine, isolation going on. They're like, this is great. Humans started coming back and they're like, no, we've tasted it.
Yeah.
We've tasted the freedom of not being bothered by meat suits.
So they're the NIMBYs of the ocean. Not in my backyard. Get out of here.
Well, NIMBY is more of a thing.
Oh, I just found out Katina, the orca at SeaWorld, she passed away. 50 years old.
Finally.
Poor thing.
50 years of captivity.
Yeah, pretty much. She was captured when she was only 2 years old in 1978.
Yeah, I lived in San Diego, hit SeaWorld right there.
Yeah.
My view on that is completely different now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, why do that?
Yeah,
Yeah. Also, look at Ringling Brothers with the lions and tigers and elephants and all that stuff. I don't even think they do that anymore.
No, they use people.
Yeah, which is, I mean, you know, it's not the same, granted, but knowing, you know, my views on it now, I don't feel the same.
Yeah.
It's like, great. You know, where you know.
That poor sad tiger, you know.
Yeah, you know, a lot of them are like, yeah.
Poor thing. Of course it's going to act up. Of course it's going to rip Sigmund and Freud's face off, you know.
Well, I believe what one of them said. I get him confused, or got him confused.
Yeah.
He was trying to save him. A lot of tigers and lions, they do that. They'll grab their kid by the head and run off with it when danger is around, or when they feel like danger is there. A lot of times they don't pick them up by the scruff of the neck. They'll grab them by their head and roll out.
Oh.
Because your head's attached to your spine. Spine's pretty strong. And you see the little lion cubs, they ball up in a little ball, and they just, you know, run off when they're, you know, head hanging in their mom's mouth, because she's smart enough to know not to crush it like a grape. So I think he got grabbed and pulled off the stage like he was trying to, you know, like trying to be protected. At least that's what he says. Because honestly, I think it could have killed him like instantly, no problem whatsoever.
I said Sigmund, it was Siegfried. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what is it? Sigmund and Troy?
Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. Wow.
We need to speak after the podcast. Have you
Free the animals.
gather your things? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's getting worse. It's going to be like they're going to have, you know, you got Somali pirates and pirates in general.
Really?
And you got to watch out for the whales. Because it's only a matter of time before they get smart.
Yeah.
And go, hey, when the little boat comes up to the big boat, there's a dude who jumps on board. That guy's called the pilot. The pilot brings them in, brings ships into the ports and stuff like that, because they know everything about how to get in and out of that place, right?
Yeah.
So you got to do is just knock that little boat out of the way. Pilot goes in the water. I mean, it's just disruption.
True.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because while the pilot is being the pilot to pilot that commercial vessel in there, he has complete control over the ship and is completely responsible for everything that goes on.
Oh.
They treat this guy like a king because he is completely responsible. So, yeah, we used to get him every once in a while. We pull him somewhere and the pilot comes on board. But the difference of the pilot that came on board our destroyer was he was telling the captain what would be the best thing to do and how to do it. He didn't control and own the ship. Yeah, so the captain was like, all right. And we did have a pilot come on and get pretty possessive. The captain was a little fired up. It was great.
Yeah.
Not for the pilot, but it was great for those on board. So speaking of teleporting into a car.
Okay.
So I don't remember if we talked about this last time or not. I may have skipped over it.
Oh.
I don't remember, but it was just a weird thing, or maybe we talked about it in like 2 seconds. It's like, I can't find it. Where'd it go?
Video. Suspected car thief tells cops he teleported into stolen vehicle. Okay. So a suspected car thief in Florida, of course, offered cops a rather odd explanation for how he wound up driving the stolen vehicle. Teleportation. According to a local media report, the bizarre bust occurred on Monday afternoon in the community of Ormond Beach when police responded to a call about an accident. Arriving on the scene, they encountered Calvin Johnson, who had been driving the now smashed BMW that was quickly determined to have been stolen. When questioned as to where he got the car, the seemingly bewildered man exclaimed, "I don't know, I teleported or something." Okay.
What if he did? What if he A-ported himself in there? He's like, bloop. You know, I mean, who knows? Maybe he came out of a blackout or whatever, but what if this guy is telling the truth? He had no idea what was going on. He just sort of popped into the car and it wrecked and everything.
I'm trying to back up the video. Oh. I mean, he doesn't look... Okay, so we were watching that series. It's a Florida man. Yeah. He doesn't totally look like somebody that would be on that show.
Right.
So, I don't know. I don't know.
See, when you see stories like this, you're like, whatever, drugs, whatever. And it could be. Yeah, it's probably a 99% chance that's what it is. But what is that 1% chance that I hold on to? Like, what if?
What if?
And the guy's like, serious. He's like, I don't know what happened, man. I was, one minute I was sitting in my living room eating spaghetti with no shirt on. And the next minute, boom, I'm in a BMW wrapping myself around a tree.
Oh, wow. So, as far as how such a fantastic scenario could occur, it would appear that the alleged car thief suspected that the culprit to the teleportation was otherworldly, as he marveled to the officers that, "You saved me from the aliens." Fortunately, no one was hurt in the accident that ultimately resulted in Johnson being charged with grand theft and driving without a license.
You know, I want details to pop up, like they got him out of the passenger side. Or he was, you know, they got him out of the trunk or out of the back seat. His clothes were on backwards. Just weird stuff, right?
130 miles per hour. Looks like a 2 or 3. It doesn't look like a really big highway.
I mean, it's a road, but still.
Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye out.
Because if they charged him with grand theft and driving without a license, and whatever this is, did they drug test him? You know, I don't know.
Yep, there's never enough information.
Yeah.
That's what the headline does. It draws you in and says, here's what happened. No details.
Yeah.
You know, make your own. So speaking of ghost boat.
Ghost boat.
Yeah, because you put this in here about the 100-foot crewless ghost boat drifts through a ferry terminal.
Oh, yeah. Where is that? So I saw a weird video on social media and was able to find the article relating to it.
Yeah.
But it was a 100-foot crewless ghost boat that drifts through the ferry terminal, like super chill.
It's just drifting.
It just made, like, I was watching it, I'm like, this reminds me of, like, some sort of scary movie I watched a while back, you know? Where just calmly, and you're, like, the only person on the dock, and suddenly this quiet boat just floats up and just hits the dock. Just bounces real quietly. But apparently,
I mean, you know, yeah, that's pretty. But imagine if it's 100 foot long. If it's a ship, that's not a boat. It's a ship.
It's a ship. And what's weird was, I guess it was like late at night or something. The video makes it seem like it was super late at night.
Well, it's dark.
Yeah,
super dark.
So there was a bunch of employees at the Washington State Ferry, and they were standing on the dock, or they're standing in the building near the dock, and they just watched.
It's not. I mean, it's not. You can't run up to it.
As this derelict vessel, just without a crew, just floating there, and hit the dock. Pretty much, just not like hit it, like wrecked it, but just boop. And what was worse was the fact that, like, right behind it, or not too far behind it, was another boat waiting to actually.
Yeah, it could have been bad. It'd have been, you know, when you have, I don't know what it is exactly, that cargo ship. It's still, we're talking, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of tonnage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it hits something, if it hit that ferry terminal or whatever, it would have destroyed it, but it was drifting.
Yeah. Luckily.
So it had no power. So it was dead stick, just floating out there, and there was nobody on it who didn't tie it up, or it was like, somebody's in deep trouble.
Yeah. And luckily the boat did not cause any damage to the terminal. The passenger ferry Tokita was the one that had to approach the dock very carefully until the drifting vessel moved out of the way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because you can't just run up and stop it. You're not, like, going to save the day by taking your little boat and put it in front of it.
Yeah.
And then, like, try to hold it back. That's what tugboats are for. The tugboats have incredible horsepower when it comes to doing stuff like this. So.
And that's why later on, the U.S. Coast Guard reported that the boat, turns out to be called the Mary B, was safely in tow.
Yeah. So What do you want to bet it's like a family-owned business, and somebody's getting fired? Somebody's son is in deep trouble.
Oof. That's crazy.
Or they're on there sleeping. You never know, man. Because, I don't know. But it is creepy seeing that thing just gently slide by.
Yeah.
And, with no lights, no running lights, if that was out anywhere in open water and you're just putting along at 25 knots, which is really fast, but let's just say you're going about 14 knots on a steady clip. And you wouldn't even see it until you were like right up on it.
Huh.
If you're on a big cargo container ship, you wouldn't see it at all. I mean, even if you have radar running, a lot of times for that kind of stuff, you're doing radar if you even have it for, entering in and out of ports and station keeping and stuff. You're looking at like landmarks to mark yourself in the channel to make sure you're in the right spot. You're not looking like right in front of you. You're supposed to have lookouts and stuff.
Yeah.
But commercial vessels, man, they make their own rules when it comes to stuff like that. What they should be doing, and sometimes they just don't do it. Like in the Navy, we had forward lookout, aft lookout, and we had, we were pretty on top of all that stuff. And you're giving bearings and direction and all that to make sure we're marked in the channel correctly and all this other stuff. So
I'm trying to find an update, and the only thing I can find is that various vessels have been called the Mary B, and a majority of them are fishing vessels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're not going to have like a big destroyer or cargo vessel,
Yeah.
big container ship called Mary B or something like that. You have to, larger the ship, the more majestic and more powerful the name needs to be. Yeah.
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 All right.
So you should talk about this one since you're all excited about it.
Which one is it? I can't.
It's the drone. It's right underneath the ghost boat.
Okay. So I saw this headline floating around, but then my coworkers started talking about it, and they were bringing up some very interesting points about this situation. So you guys may have heard, in South Carolina, a drone dropped steak, crab legs, marijuana, and Old Bay seasoning into the prison yard for a prisoner feast, but it was intercepted by South Carolina guards. So this article starts off with
So the guards feasted on steak, marijuana, crab legs, and Old Bay seasoning.
Yeah, so this was Bishopville, South Carolina, and it starts off very Christmassy. 'Twas 3 weeks before Christmas, and in the prison yard, a drone dropped a package was found by a guard with steak, weed, and crab legs and cigarettes for days, and to season it all, a tin of Old Bay. So the illicit meal was dropped into the Lee Correctional Institute prison yard by a drone. The South Carolina Department of Corrections stated on their social media platform with the hashtag Contraband Christmas.
Nice.
Yes. So the photo from the prison shows raw steak still in the grocery store packing, crab legs, Old Bay with side plastic baggies of marijuana, and a couple of cartons of cigarettes.
Sweet.
The drone was also seized.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm guessing the inmates who were expecting this package are crabby now, said a prison spokeswoman. So, how did they think they'd get away with this? Because most prisons have prison towers and are under observation. Somebody is looking. And if there's not a prison guard, there's prison cameras.
I don't know.
And so me and some coworkers were talking about this, and they had mentioned some North Carolina prisons where somebody was trying to use a drone to drop cartons of cigarettes. And when that didn't work, they would shove the cartons of cigarettes into molehills and hope the moles would push them into the prison.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then there was something else where somebody tried to sneak a cell phone in with a race car.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I appreciate the ingenuity, but what made you think this would be successful?
They're all probably really strong. Because if you're going to be dumb, you got to be strong. You know what I mean? So.
But seriously, like, just, you can imagine, like, this is Bishopville, South Carolina. You can imagine, like, a Publix bag just dangling from a drone full of Like
Probably a Food Lion or something.
yeah, but it's got like cigarettes, weed, Old Bay, crab legs. I don't know. It's just crazy.
And chances are the person that used their drone to fly it in wasn't smart enough to use an unregistered drone.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, though. It's like, hey, guys, anybody expecting a delivery?
That's crazy. So, yeah, I thought that was so silly.
Well, this is silly. You can participate as a research subject in the paranormal.
Okay.
Yeah. So I put this in here because, well, in the past we've talked about like some big name colleges starting to kind of add some paranormal some paranormal courses and stuff into their curriculum.
Yeah.
Or curriculi.
Yeah.
Well, this is from University of Virginia.
Oh.
Under the Division of Perceptual Studies. Right? Mm-hmm. Now, if you want to participate as a research subject, you could. And here's some of the things that may be discussed or they're going to talk to you about.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So functional neuroimaging studies of the psi process.
Okay.
I guess they just put that thing on your head, right? That you see in every sci-fi movie, and it like measures your brain activity as
Like that.
weird stuff's going on. It's like a skull cap with a bunch of wires and crap sticking off of
Like
it.
in Ghostbusters when they both had like the colander on their heads and they were asking them questions. Yeah.
Back to the Future when he come running out with that thing strapped to his head. Near-death experiences, investigation of children who claim to remember a previous life.
Oh.
Investigating physician
Barriers to acceptance of near-death experiences.
Yes.
Acceptability and preference of treatments for prolonged grief disorder. That's awful.
Yeah.
After-death communications. That could be cool. Psychological correlates of extraordinary experiences. Unusual experiences questionnaire. Sense of embodiment. Is that possession?
I don't know.
Perception of life events as invisibly orchestrated. The simulation. Near-death experiences during labor and delivery. That's terrifying. After-death communication during out-of-body experiences. Okay. Entity encounters during out-of-body experiences. And
Veridical. No, veridical.
Veridical out-of-body experiences.
So, being as this is, a perceptual studies in the University of Virginia, they got to church up the titles.
Yeah.
So, and it says sharing information with the researchers at the Division of Perceptual Studies. We will hold any information you share with us in confidence according to privacy policies of the University of Virginia.
Oh.
Yeah. It says, please note, we are collecting information for the purposes of research only. We do not provide therapeutic services. If you are in need of therapeutic services, you can reach out to the American Center for the Integration of Spiritually Transformative Experiences. And they put the acronym, ASIST, right? And or the Spiritual Emergence Network, SIN. So,
I think this is kind of cool. I might actually fill out one of these. So,
we'll go for it.
yeah.
I'm not.
Join our research team.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And volunteer opportunities.
There you go. Which just means what?
I don't know.
Better be into it because you're not getting paid for your time.
That's true.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was kind of neat when I ran across it. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. So you can participate as a research subject. So I think back to Ghostbusters when he was getting shocked. One of the guys was getting shocked every time. So the pretty blonde girl, I think she was blonde, she's guessing. And Venkman's like, that's perfect, whatever. It's like, your turn. And he guessed. And like, oh, I'm so sorry. And just zapping. He's like, wait a minute. It's just because he was giving him a little jolt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. So what do you think about that? You should click some links. We do have a link, though. If you go to the show notes, you go to CreepGeeks.com, you take a look, it'll be in there, and you can basically click on that link, and if you want to check that out, you certainly can. If you want to be a research subject in the paranormal for University of Virginia, you can take part in that.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So speaking of research subject, it'd be a good idea to know if you're any kind of professional or knowledgeable about it, right? Because otherwise, why would you participate? So I'm going to test your knowledge with this advanced paranormal quiz from Higgy Pop. So therefore, it means it's mostly British. So I will concede that for most of the British things, we probably won't know because we don't know the British stuff. It's mainly like investigators and shows.
Okay.
Everything else, though, I think we can figure it out together.
Sure.
Are you ready?
Sure.
Florence Nightingale. This is 10-question quiz, I believe. Okay.
Okay.
So Florence Nightingale is said to haunt which London hospital? And your choices are St. Thomas Hospital, University College Hospital, Great Ormond Street Hospital. Let's not take forever. Just guess because I know you don't know. I don't know either.
St. Thomas.
All right. Let's see. And we do a little clickage. You are correct.
Okay.
You're not cheating, are you?
Nope.
All right. Which famous paranormal researcher investigated the Enfield poltergeist? Maurice Grosse, Montague Summers, Harry Price.
Actually knew this one, Maurice Grosse.
All right. What is an apport or a port?
So
It is what? A tool to detect spirits, an object transported paranormally, or the aura of a person. So the listeners are saying it's an object transported paranormally.
see, an apport is supposed to be something created paranormally.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
No. No. It's something that shows up out of somewhere.
It is something that is created by occult or paranormal means.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Okay, so you remember we were talking to the paranormal rangers, the native guys, and they were talking about the silver coins that kept apporting in dude's house?
Yeah.
And he showed us those,
Yeah.
and we couldn't touch them? They existed somewhere else.
But they came out of nothing.
It doesn't mean they weren't created out of nothing. They came from somewhere else. Apport's kind of like teleport. Something existed in point A, materialized over point B. Same thing.
Then just call them spooky summoned items then.
It doesn't sound as cool as saying apport. Next. In a British city, right? I'm sorry. In which British city does paranormal expert Richard Felix host ghost walks?
I'm going to pick Derby.
Let's click. Cheater, you are correct. I should have gave the choices because maybe somebody's trying to play at home.
Okay.
The choices were Nottingham, Chester, or Derby.
Okay.
So you're just guessing. All right. So here's the question 5. Which is I can't talk, man. What is a banshee? A banshee traditionally associated with?
I know.
Stop talking. Providing protection from spirits. That's the choice. Foretelling death through wailing, or bringing luck to a family.
Foretelling death through wailing and screaming.
Yes. The Estes method used in paranormal investigations is best described as a method for documenting orbs, a technique for detecting electromagnetic fields, or a sensory deprivation experiment.
A sensory deprivation experiment.
Yes. EVPs, or electronic voice phenomenon, right? You see it all the time. What does pareidolia describe? Hearing voices in your head, seeing auras around people, or perceiving meaningful images in random patterns.
Perceiving stuff and random stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, look at that. We actually had, remember the Velvet Jesus?
I think.
So when we were working for Canon, people would call in and they'd say, hey, can I send you a picture or show you what my camera's doing?
Yeah.
And somebody sent in a picture saying, do you see it? Because they called in saying, Jesus is in my armchair and I need somebody to see this.
No, I didn't see that one.
So what it was is, like velour, right? You can make patterns in velour or whatever. So when this person took a picture of this velour chair, it looked kind of like the Shroud of Turin, like Jesus was sitting in it.
Oh, gosh.
So, and they kept trying to take pictures in different angles, and no matter what they did, it looked the same. So they finally sent in a picture saying, look, man, do you see what I'm seeing? And it was titled Jesus in an Armchair.
Oh, wow.
And it did look like the Shroud of Turin in this chair. So we were like, well, camera's working fine, man, but I don't know what to tell you about that chair.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. So, hydromancy involves reading palms for prediction, divining by interpreting water patterns, or gazing into crystal balls.
This one's easy. It's water patterns.
Yes.
Yep.
I probably should find my glasses. I can just barely read my own screen. It's a little too far away. Right? Elementals are believed to appear as residual hauntings, be entities connected to nature, or attach themselves to living things or beings.
Be entities connected to nature.
Yes. Edinburgh's Greyfriars Kirkyard Graveyard is said to be haunted by a ghost of a dog. What is the dog's name? Is it Bobby, Benji, or Benny?
I have no idea.
Let's go for, what do you want to pick then? I don't know either. Let's go Benny.
Okay.
And it was Bobby.
Ah,
I
okay.
knew that, right?
You did?
No.
Okay.
What is the British entrepreneur Ray Santilli famous for? The first recorded alien abductee, covered up UFO events, within the British government, faking the Roswell autopsy footage.
He's not the first recorded alien abductee. I know that.
No. So your other two choices are covered up UFO reports within the British government or faking the Roswell autopsy footage.
Faker. Let's go with that.
All right, clicking on faker. I think it's covered up. Nope, it is faker.
Yes.
So where is the Amityville house situated? Is it in Long Island, New York, Manhattan Island, New York, or Staten Island, New York?
New York.
I'm going to go Long Island.
Okay.
Yes, I am correct. Okay, in Ghostbuster, right?
Yeah.
How does Peter Venkman describe the team's proton packs?
Okay.
As an untested particle accelerator, untethered position glider, or unlicensed nuclear accelerator.
You guess.
Unlicensed nuclear accelerators.
Huh. Okay.
Yep. All right, so we'll do one more.
Okay.
Two more. Which famous real-life ghost hunting couple are the Conjuring movies based on? Is it the Webbs, the Warrens, or the Westons?
The Warrens.
Yeah, it's pretty simple,
Yeah.
right? You can tell when they start to give up because things get really pretty easy. After leaving Ghost Adventures, Nick Roth became the host of which other paranormal show? Paranormal Witness, Paranormal State, Paranormal Lockdown.
Lockdown.
Yes. One more. The Stanley Hotel in Colorado was the inspiration for which classic horror novel? The Haunting of Hill House, The Woman in Black, or The Shining?
The Shining.
Yes. Did you know there was a follow-up to that movie?
No.
It's like Dream Doctor or something like that. I didn't know that. I was like, what?
Ugh.
So,
That sounds awful.
yeah. There you go. That's it. Yay.
Yay. So we did pretty good.
Yep, we got 1,000 points.
Okay.
And points don't really mean anything. So.
Yes. All right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. What else is there?
Okay, so let's do... All right. So I don't want to talk about all these. There was one or two I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Coast to Coast AM's website. They have Coast to Coast Best Bigfoot Stories of 2025. And I was trying to find the one that I want to talk about, and I can't remember. So we'll talk about just a kind of a couple things I thought was pretty interesting, right? Bigfoot finally received the honor of being depicted as an emoji.
Cool.
Yeah, because whenever you type and you're like Bigfoot or Sasquatch, it would never bring it up.
It would bring up this weird monster head.
And that's obviously some sort of Asian demon. It's not,
Yeah.
Bigfoot also found itself at the center of a Canadian man's bitter divorce battle.
And a bizarre blood oath ceremony that caused controversy for a Colorado seminary.
Yeah, and we've actually talked about all these.
Yeah.
There's a marijuana dispensary in Michigan that embraced the famed cryptid with one pot shop having a big giant
Yeah.
thing cut out of Sasquatch, but also would offer a free joint to anyone who could produce a photograph of the creature. They had a big, massive statue. Remember that caused some problems, right? Remember the New York State Fair?
Yeah.
Where the guy was like, I'm going to show you the remains of Bigfoot.
Sure.
But it turned out to be a clever piece of performance art. That's what they, I guess, call scamming people.
Yes.
Because you had to pay to go in there, right?
Yeah. So. Okay.
What else? There was one more. Oh, yeah, there was a hoax in Colorado by a Colorado raft tour company.
Yeah.
Remember that? People on the raft boat taking the tour, and Bigfoot come running out of the woods, and they're like, oh, what is that? It's Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And it was really just some dude in a suit.
Yeah.
It's pretty clever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Wait, there was another one, too. So they had Sasquatch sightings, including hunters in Pennsylvania, Ohio, motorists in Kansas, South Dakota, and North Carolina. We talked about that 2 podcasts ago.
Yeah.
And then even a search party looking for a lost hiker in Arizona had a sighting. So those were some of the big ones, I guess, for 2025. There's links to that if you want to peruse it at great leisure, or at your leisure.
Yeah.
You don't have to or not. Okay, so you put this one in here. No, the Brown Mountain ghost lights were not captured during a Bigfoot investigation. I think I seen this and just like whatever.
Yeah, but it keeps getting sent to me from various people, both people who listen to the podcast and know my view about Sasquatch and people who don't listen to the podcast but find out that I'm into Bigfoot, their words.
Yeah.
So this was allegedly some people doing an investigation on Brown Mountain and claiming that a Brown Mountain light illuminated the woods on camera near Brown Mountain. Now, most people are looking at this on Instagram or TikTok using their phone. They might be at work. They don't have the volume up. Once you turn the volume up on this, a couple of things become apparent. This is in the Brown Mountain OHV area for, four-wheelers, all
and it's also where people tell us to go to be able to see the Brown Mountain lights, but we can't physically get there.
Now, this area requires a pass that not everybody gets. And there's pretty strict rules about all terraining after dark. Especially because
most places like that are actually closed after dark, so you don't kill yourself to death.
Well, especially if you listen to the background in this video, you can hear that somebody is stuck, and they're asking if that's a tow truck.
Let me see if I can play it. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's the men in black coming for us. That's awesome. Who is this? There's something coming over the mountain over here. It's damn wild. Now it's gone. What in the world?
So
there you go.
You can hear, if you stop paying attention to the voices, you can hear an ATV approach.
You can hear road noise.
You can hear road noise. You can hear something turning. This particular video, I am guessing where it was filmed because I'm kind of familiar with the area. Right over what they're claiming is a ridge. It's not a ridge. It's actually a very short hill. There's a road.
Yeah. Plus, as a owner of a wildly unsuccessful YouTube channel that only has about 46 or 47,000 views. Subscribers. I have tested many ultra powerful cheap Chinese flashlights that can do exactly that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I actually seen that. It's the video I looked at where I just immediately scrolled on where I'm like, okay, and you can say it's the Men in Black guys. So, I'm like, okay, but whatever. All right, so let's talk about the black cat.
Yeah. Where is that at?
Black cat steals the show from Stonehenge's thing.
So, a cat steals the show at Stonehenge as thousands celebrate the winter solstice.
Yeah. So the date's significant.
Yes. Now, a black cat named Moon perched on a Stonehenge stone during the 2025 winter solstice celebrations, becoming the focus of a viral video as roughly 8,500 people gathered at the historic site. So, as thousands of people descended upon Stonehenge to see the winter solstice, the official start to winter, one furry fellow stole the show. This adorable black cat wearing a collar was seen perched atop one of Stonehenge's large stones, watching the crowd as they celebrated the shortest day of the year. Her owners said that she has been on the road with them in their travel van her whole life. She has epilepsy and an underdeveloped brain hemisphere, so she has no fight or flight and is scared of nothing and loves life. She was loving it here. Aww.
All the people are like, yay, look at a cat. And the cat's like, yay.
Yeah, and see, this particular celebration was kind of dampened down, literally. This was a colder, damper, and more cloudy celebration than normal. So everybody, like, you got to think 8,500 people are standing around. And just like the solar eclipses we've tried to go chase.
Every time, man.
Yeah, this winter solstice was not turning out. Solstice. And suddenly this cat shows up and just starts crossing,
Cat's
the
like, hey,
hinges.
guys, come on over, give me a scratch.
Yeah. So some people are like, oh, this is super cute. And I'm sitting here like, how many superstitious people are like, great?
I was just thinking, if this was back, say, a couple hundred years ago, they'd all be burning each other to death because of the cat. It's like, witch. It's like, I'm not a witch, you're a witch. And they keep going.
Because, I mean, if this is how we start 2026 off with a cat just crossing our
no, I mean, it's
solar henge that represents our planet, I mean, we're in trouble.
Maybe. I'm sure there'd be worse stuff for us to think of.
I just hope, it's just little Moon just having a blast, scratching some stones.
Well, the cat's not, the cat's got issues.
Yeah.
At least they were polite about it.
Yeah.
It's our cat. It's like, okay, so we're going to round it out with this weird trail cam footage, which you cannot see. Right?
Yeah.
But there's a picture, and we put a link to Coast where you can actually see it. But it was a title that got me. Trail camera films moths drinking moose tears.
Oh!
And so this moose is just hanging out, right? And it's night footage, so you got the moose, and he's got his eyeballs are illuminated, of course, right? As trail cameras do with the infrared light. And there's these things, and when you first look at it, it looks like a couple extra sets of eyes. But nope, it's just moths, big, dusty moths hanging out on this moose eyeballs, drinking his tears.
That's so disgusting.
Yeah. What people don't know is that when the moths drink the moose tears, it makes them incredibly strong because they absorb the power of the moose.
That's not true.
No, it's not.
Stop making stuff up.
But it's just yeah. So they're like, the remarkable scene was reportedly captured by a device used in a survey project by the Vermont Fish and Wildlife Department. So while examining the footage from a trail camera, environmental scientist Lawrence Clarefield did a double take when he noticed moments when a moose eerily appeared to have two sets of eyes. Looking closer at the scenes, he quickly deduced that the weird visual was created by the light-loving insects drinking the sizable animal's tears. Right? And so what made the discovery particularly noteworthy was that this is the first time that this symbiotic behavior has been captured, known as I don't know how to say that, which is
Lacrophagy.
Okay, it had been. How can you say that, but you can't say solstice? That's crazy. Do it again.
Lacrophagy.
Had been seen involving moose and moths. So, additionally, the practice had been previously only been discovered in moths and bees. In warmer countries, do they mean the moths and bees are drinking each other tears, or the bees and the moths are seeking out mooses and stuff.
Was it like an episode of Futurama where somebody's drinking somebody else's tears and they're like, yes.
Still a largely mysterious phenomenon. It is uncertain if the practice has had any impact on the host animal, besides being rather annoying. Scientists theorize that it could contribute to eye issues brought about by pathogens left behind by the thirsty insects. Or the moths are doing them a favor and cleaning dude's eyeballs.
I'm just disgusted. I can't even right now. I'm just like little tiny moth feet just touching your eyeball. Yuck.
Yeah.
I can't right now.
All right, anyway, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up the podcast. We do appreciate you taking the time and listening to CreepGeeks Podcast. It's very much been appreciated, of course, as I just said like 2 seconds ago.
I got a joke for you.
Hurry up.
Have you ever smelled mothballs?
I've been trying that joke on you for years, and you think you're... So I got a dog. It's a bulldog. It's a bulldog and mixed with a Shih Tzu. It's a bullshits. Yeah. So anyway, see you later. Thanks for listening to the podcast. If we're not back before next year, we'll see you next year. So anyway, there you go. Yeah. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas and all that. See you later. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Bye.